Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel of Barno. Hope you're doing very well. Welcome back to another video, more of just the walk and talk about football. I did one of these last week talking about Arne Slot and maybe that he needs to leave the club now. A lot of people actually quite enjoyed that, so we're doing another one because this week some very big news got announced via a certain football player at Liverpool Football Club. So I thought immediately I might need to make a video on this come the end of the week. But as I always say, if you are new to the channel bar and it's your first time watching me, please drop a subscribe. I keep saying it every single video. The goal this year is to get 1,000 subs on YouTube and just build up a big community, a space where it's just more of a good football banter, good football news, and also everyone taking the mickey out of Barno when Liverpool are not doing very well, which is a lot of the time this season. But apart from that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Moving on to the basis of today's video, this will just be a raw chat, my opinions, what I think of everything in this situation. So let's really kick it off here. So earlier in the week, we'll start the actual story off properly. Earlier in the week, I scrolling on Twitter after I got home from work after the gym. So I'm scrolling through Twitter, a couple of little Anfield sector posts and, the little Anfield pages on Twitter saying that Mo Salah's announced he's leaving. And I thought, no, it's false. No way it's happening. Salah's staying for a little while longer. Go and check Mo Salah's actual official Twitter page, and there's a video. You're thinking, okay, tune into the video, and he sits down, all of the trophies he's ever won behind him, individual awards on top of everything else too, as well as the team trophies. And yes, Mo Salah has announced he is leaving Liverpool Football Club at the end of the 25-26 season. Utter shock really at first. I couldn't really believe that he's actually going to be gone, 9, almost 10 years, a decade at this football club. It was going to happen one day. One day he's going to announce the day he does leave the football club. I don't think he would stay at Liverpool until he retires from his professional career, but even when he's just announced it, it is more of a utter shock. It's a player that was almost defined Liverpool. He's been what's even the word for this, because there's so many words you could put for Mo Salah. An absolute generational, impactful, talented, world-class football player he's been for us for the last, well, almost decade. I remember when we signed him from Roma, I was about, I was 16, 17 when we signed him. So that's how crazy the time's gone as well in life, that I'm now 27 in May. Salah's still around and Salah's now finally leaving. I'm thinking, my God. Like, we'll get into actually what I think of how he's been at Liverpool and everything else in a minute, but just taken back by the fact that the guy's actually going to be leaving the football club and wearing a different shirt next year, which is going to be the strangest thing when he does leave the club or wherever he goes to. We'll get into that later in the video, where I think he might end up with Liverpool after leaving Liverpool, what clubs might take him in, or where he wants to go with his own career. But yeah, it's crazy time. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are in shock. Maybe you could half expect it. I've said a lot this week, maybe, not to put on a downer, that half of the reason he might be going was the fallout with Slot of the AFCON, where they're both going at each other with comments, bit of a fallout, him being benched. Maybe that could be half a reason. Maybe because he's aging. He's 33 now, and not to be hypercritical, but he's not the usual amazing standard numbers he's up to his normal season. He's still got a fair amount of good goals and assists this season, but goodness me, obviously it's just mad that he's actually leaving the club. So I think maybe the two reasons is he's getting older now, which is a shame to see, but also maybe the Slot fallout could be another reason, or he just thinks in his own head, now is the time to leave the club finally, after all those amazing years of watching him. But actually breaking down Mo Salah's time at Liverpool, I've just never seen a winger, generational winger like that ever. Any moment in games where we just needed a moment, a goal, a bit of creative element to help us out, or just create moments, Salah was just that guy. The numbers he's put up consistent wise every single season has been absolutely impeccable. The guy just always would turn up with something or pull something out of his locker. Even like after every new season when he playing for Liverpool, he'd come up with like a new bit of technique. The last couple of years his physical strength has been absolutely exceptional. Then he was doing these outside of the boot passes, crosses, creating goals from that. He was always just adding elements to his game, always adding something new, something special, something that could help the team out massively. Always developing, and the consistent mentality with him as well. His mentality, I think, is one of the reasons, maybe a major reason, why he's such a good, fantastic football player. If you ever heard any other Liverpool player talk about Mo Salah, they always say his mentality is top tier and out of this world. Almost like a goated mentality for Mo Salah. But the numbers this guy puts up, man, every single season, even when he's had a bad season in the Premier League, 19, still got 19 goals, mate. Still hit 19 goals in a bad season. You're telling me that's a bad season for getting 19 goals? No chance, mate. No chance whatsoever. But he has created some unbelievable moments for us over the years. I mean, look, you could talk about his standout goals, you know, in Europe or in the Premier League. Everyone will say the goal against Man City, the PlayStation goal, or, you know, the amount of times he scored against Man United. That's the thing. His record against the big six clubs in Premier League, outstanding records. A hat-trick away at Old Trafford. All the goals against Chelsea. The screamer goal against Chelsea. I'll never, ever forget that one. But, you know, for me, people have asked me this week, what's the Mo Salah goal that stands out to you the most? You probably won't really expect it. For some reason, this one will now just impact me a lot. It was the goal last season when we played Brighton at home and won 2-1 in the Premier League in our title win league season under Arne Slot. We went 1-0 down because Kadagoglu, a fullback, scored an incredible strike against Kelleher. We then got one back in the second half. Cody Gakpo, like a floated cross, went over Van Heck's head and ended up nestling in the bottom corner of the net. And then for some reason, the Salah goal, that goal from that game that Salah scored, a blistering counter-attack, Curtis Jones, Luis Diaz involved. Lovely ball comes through Curtis Jones. Salah just beat his man and smashed this left foot strike right into the corner. So much power and pace on it. And that for me is my favourite Salah goal, because that is the epiphany of how good and priceless that left foot of him is he's got. That left foot in world football is worth billions alone, mate. Unbelievable technique he had on that left foot. Some of the strikes he did with that left foot, exceptional, out of this world. But for some reason, that goal against Brighton at home in our title winning season, that's the one that just stands out for me the most. But it's going to be a sad day when he does finally leave on the last day of the season, when we play Brentford at home. That send-off and farewell is going to be something else, man. I mean, 9-10 years he's been with us, and now it's finally coming to an end. That's a stage of my life as well, coming to an end as well, between 16s now becoming late 20s. Era's come to an end, man. But obviously, look, everyone's talking about where's he fit in all-time Premier League 11 and all-time top 5 and all-time top 10 and whatnot. People can have their opinions on that and say, oh, he's not a very good player and all that whatnot. For me, man, that's my GOAT growing up. He was one of my GOATs watching football. Every time I watched him, something would happen. He'd create a moment, he'd score a goal. He's just that guy. He is just that guy. On top of his footballing ability, is everything else. An actual human being element, top tier human being, man. He always looked after every player in that football club, dragging through tough moments as well. Just a human element as well as his footballing element. Just a guy that I really am going to miss, man. I'm really going to be gutted when he's not playing for us next season. Much as everyone's saying, he's slandering him, saying Salah's not this anymore this season. I'm like, look, he's done enough for us. He wants to go, because realistically, the club was never ever going to sell Mo Salah. It was always going to be his decision when he decides he wants to finally leave the football club. And now he just thinks that the time is right, unfortunately. It's a shame, man, because I'm genuinely gutted he's going. Like, the moment, 255 goals for the club, man. All-time top goal scorers in the club. All-time Premier League goal scorers. It's a legend. You got every ex-pro. I know Gary Lineker saying the other day, like, this guy is a generational football player. Such a shame he's leaving the league. But, you know, all eras have got to come to an end. And as that famous Dr. Seuss quote always said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I'm definitely smiling because it happened, because the amount of trophies he's won for us, and obviously been in the team, and the moments he's created, on top of the individual awards. Don't even get me started how many of individual awards that man has won for his own personal footballing career as well. Out of this world, man. So, such a shame when he goes, but he is a GOAT. He is a GOAT for me. He will always be a GOAT. I will tell everyone that. I don't care what you think of Mo Salah. He's one of my GOATs growing up. What a football player he is, man. Diving into nitty-gritty, hypercritical time, you've now got to look at First question, who's going to come in and fill that position? Because that is one of the difficult things you feel. You can't replace Mo Salah, but obviously you will have to get someone in to fill that position for next season now. So let's dive into that. Number one target has been heavily linked or heavily talked about this week is the youngster. I said in my recent video about future stars in world football is the young winger, Ivorian winger, RB Leipzig at the minute, who's having an exceptional season with goals and assists. That is Yan Diamonde. He's only 19, which is crazy young, but good lord, he is quite a talented footballer. He's the major first option. Second option that's been talked about quite a lot as well due to a situation with Bayern Munich at the minute is Michael Olise. Olise's done it in the Premier League before with Crystal Palace. Him coming back after a couple of seasons at Bayern could be an option for Liverpool. But I mean, you've got to look at both of these wingers. You end up going to paying a lot of money for a winger. We can't just bring in someone who's, you know, he's all right. And Liverpool will spend big on a winger this summer. And I think Diamonde and Olise are going to be the top two options at the minute. Then secondly, what club is Mo Salah going to go to? Because he's not retiring. He's still going to play football. Weirdly, in the back of my head, I still think he's going to want to try and play in Europe for Champions League football. I know that man loves playing Champions League nights. I remember definitely at Anfield, that's for sure. I don't know where he's going to go, but firstly, I am saying in the back of my head it might be Europe. But I do think maybe Saudi Arabia or the MLS. You know, he is aging now. Unfortunately, he's aging. He's only 33. He's only 33. But obviously in footballing career terms, it is quite old in the football career. So I think maybe MLS or Saudi might be the next spot for him. Who actually knows, you know, every club is going to want that signature. What club's not going to want to have Mo Salah in their football team, you know? We'll see what happens with him, because he's going to have a lot of offers on that table, and it'll all come down to what him and his agent want, and obviously salary, etc. Obviously, because of how good of a football player he is. But yeah, maybe Saudi or MLS for where he ends up to. We'll soon find out when we get to the summer transfer window after his farewell and after what more moments he's going to produce for us this season. But yeah, man, I mean, overall, gutted, but smiling because it happened, man. I am happy he's had the best time in the moment he's created at Liverpool over the years, but all good things have got to come to an end, and that Brentford game at home on the last day of the season, it's going to be a bit emotional, isn't it? I think a lot of people are going to be very emotional when he does leave. I think him himself will be very emotional. You know, 9-10 years is a very, very long time to spend at one place, and the moments he's created for my life as well. Look, Mo Salah don't know me personally. He don't even know I exist, you know, at the end of the day. But for me growing up, the moments he's created, I'll latch on forever watching football and watching Liverpool. They'll have a staple in my brain for a very, very long time. So I've got to thank the guy, man. I know he's not going to see this, but I've got to thank him, man, because he is a generational goated football player that will go down in Liverpool history, legendary for many, many years and for all the future time as well. But that'll pretty much wrap up the video, people. What a guy Mo Salah is, man. Gutted he's going. Gutted he is going. But I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit of the Sunday walk and talk with the football and all the current situation with Liverpool at the minute. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on another video very, very soon. Oh, Salah, have a go. Oh! He's going for a reason, mate. Everyone who slams him, he's always been a goat for me. Never, ever, ever write off Mo Salah, mate.